Previously on our adventure, Lindsey and I went to Colorado. We had a fun time hanging out with my friend Spencer and his wife Stacy. We visited Roxborough Park, got to see a cool old cabin, met some furry friends along our way, got to see some beautiful sunsets, and have some amazing food. Now, we continue our journey. In this episode, we have a few parks to visit before we depart ways with Spencer and Stacy, and Lindsey and I head north towards Westminster. Stay tuned. So day 4 of our adventure in Colorado, we decided to go out to Dawson Butte. This is just a little bit south. It's about a 15-minute drive from Castle Rock, right on the outskirts on the southern border, and it was an absolutely beautiful trail. The trail all the way around as a circuit was about 5 miles, but the weather was so gorgeous outside, and it was just perfect for the walk. And this trail is got such a great mixture of scenery. You go from these open fields into the pine trees, into the shade, back out into open fields, into aspen trees, back into the pine trees. So you were never just out in the sun the whole time, which made it super, super nice. And we just absolutely enjoyed the hike along with Spencer and Stacy, and enjoyed seeing the views of not just Dawson's Butte, but you could see the Rockies out in the distance. You could see just open prairie lands that have yet to be developed by people. So it was just an awesome time exploring this trail. So as we hiked along, I was in the back of the 4 of us, and I was just filming as we went along. And it got really funny at times, because it was interesting watching how we all kind of were walking along like little ants in a line. And I just had to take the time to film this as I grabbed pictures of scenery and other footage. But it just was super funny to me to see us walking in a line, and here in a second you're going to see exactly what I mean by that. So like I said, the views were incredible. I get this is kind of a typical trail in Colorado to see, but just the ability to see this kind of scenery, smell that fresh pine in that cool air, it took me home, and I was in heaven while I was in Colorado the whole time. But this trail made it for me, and I am so excited to come back to Colorado in the future and just have more time to spend and enjoy what Mother Nature has provided. So after our hike, we departed Stacy and Spencer's, and we headed north towards Westminster area and ended up at Stanley Lake Regional Park. And it's just this big, huge lake, and it's got these great trail systems that we saw people hiking, mountain biking, and it's just this open land and lots of prairie dogs. But it's just this gorgeous area that is kind of in the middle of the northern area of Denver, and it's just completely peaceful, and was super nice to just go for a walk. It was very, very windy when we were there, but it just made for a peaceful time, and just watching the birds out on the water and seeing other people out enjoying nature. We were happy, and then ended our night by going to get some great Chinese food over in the area of Westminster. Alright, on to day 5. We woke up that morning and we went from the Westminster area out to Golden, Colorado. It's an old western town. It's pretty modernized. It's home to Coors Brewery. But they have that nice rustic feel, and we had an absolute blast walking around the town, seeing just how they've kept it the way they did, and the statues, and going across this bridge here, we got to see the Coors Brewery way out in the distance, but just the river running through there, and how clean it was. It was so clear, you could see everything in the river. It was great. And you just go across this bridge, and there's some more statues, and they are really cool to look at. So this bear was really cool. It was right outside the information center, which unfortunately was closed while we were there. It was too early in the morning, but it was cool to see the statue and some of the others throughout the city. But as we got down the main street of Golden, there's lots of different taverns and bars you can go to, and some pretty good eateries for the morning. But this mural was super cool. It was just off one of the side streets, and it just showed the town way back then. From Golden, our last stop on our trip before we did some other scouting stuff was to go to the Red Rock Amphitheater. And we got to check out the amphitheater. We went and walked around on some of the trails. It was actually pretty hot out by the time we got there. And we were drinking lots of water, but it had some gorgeous views of the city. And it is a place that we will come back to in the future and do more hiking. And it was so much fun, and just the way the Red Rock has just been carved out over time just makes for just gorgeous scenery and a great atmosphere. There were so many people, and they were so happy. Well, guys, thank you all for watching. I know this video was a little bit different, and I didn't do as much filming towards the end of our trip. I was just really enjoying the moment and taking it in. But I did get some pictures, so I wanted to share them all with you. So I will see you guys next time, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.